Hi, again, Empress Bennett here, the Empress of Empowerment, certified life and mindset coach. I wanted to record a video to actually tell you why I decided to coach. And it is funny when I was actually kind of like writing it out and hashing it out to record this video, everything became full circle for me. And I saw that the magical way that God has been working in my life to bring pieces of my desires and my destiny and my dreams together. And I'm more blown away actually than I originally thought I would be just telling this story. Um, it doesn't seem likely that this little black woman from West Dallas, Texas, growing up in the projects, would end up actually doing a career like this where I get to help beautiful women like yourself to find your voice and empower yourself to go after your dreams and transcend those dream killing ass limiting beliefs and negative paradigms that are affecting us and slowly kind of killing us inside. But at the age of 19, I had my own demons to face. I was in a 2 year emotionally and mentally abusive relationship. I'm talking about a relationship that wrecked me. And if I had an inkling of who I was at the beginning of that relationship, I had no clue who I was at the end of it. I remember at one point actually looking in the mirror and not seeing anything. I didn't think I was beautiful. I didn't feel like I was anything. And at the end of that relationship, because it ultimately ended, nothing that terrible. God doesn't keep us in situations like that. Nothing that terrible can last. And my brother actually introduced me to meditation, and it was a game changer for me. He saw that I was struggling and he introduced me to this tool. And for the next about 6 months at that time, because I was still 19, I was meditating regularly. I started exercising and take care of myself. And lo and like unknown to me, that was self-care. I didn't have those words, that phrase back then, but that was self-care. And diving into self-care the way I did every single day and being consistent with it, it started to wake something up in me. It started to wake my spirit up, and I started waking up to my purpose. That was a beautiful thing that came to me, like, hey, not only is this useful for you, but you're going to help other women do this. Well, at 19, I had no idea how to help other women wake up inside themselves and wake up to their gifts and their powers and, own their voice. And so I spent over a decade, my entire 20s, trying to work this job and that job to be able to make enough money to start my own organization. And I constantly burned myself out because I was no longer aligning the way I was when my beautiful gift came to me, my desire, my purpose came to me. I started just focusing on the money. Like, got in this grind, it's like this tireless grind. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna get the money. And finally, being so far off base, I was crying out to God, and God had to slow me down. And He slowed me down in the form of getting fired from a job, and that devastated me. And then this business that I was trying to start to make some money to start an organization to help women, it also failed. But one beautiful thing happened actually. I went to a networking event while I was getting ready like to launch this business, and I met this coach there, and he was a coach for veterans only. Actually, that was his specialty. And he asked me, he's like, "Oh, so you're in business for yourself? You're an entrepreneur. Do you have a coach?" And I was like, "Do I have a coach? What? Like, what is that?" Like, he was like, "Look, you need a coach." He was like, "You don't know what you don't know." And the coach is there to help you ask those questions. Like, they know the questions that you don't know to ask, to give you the information. And I was like, okay, so I need a coach. Like, it just made perfect sense to me. And it wasn't even maybe a week or two later, I found this amazing coach with this amazing course that I enrolled in, and in this amazing community. I can tell you a couple things. It was super expensive. I struggled to pay for that course. And I was probably like out completely out of place in this community. But that was a game changer for me. It changed my life. It did. And I was reawakened to what I wanted to do again. I found this direct path to help women. I got my coaching certification. Like, I worked on myself pretty intensely for 3 years, but finally got my coaching certification through that same coach. She's amazing. And I started out in this space, and I'm really excited to be here. So I'll tell you a couple of things. If you are ready to awaken to your purpose, if you want to be reunited with your dreams, dreams that you may have just let die, that you've put on the shelf that you don't think are possible anymore, because when we go through life not honoring that higher part of ourselves, we tend to do that. If you're ready to be reunited with the you that was so hopeful, that big vision of yourself, hire a coach. I would love to work with you. And you don't particularly have to work with me. There are plenty of coaches out there. But if you're watching this video, you're probably my kind of gal. And I would love to work with you to awaken that beautiful goddess, that strong, powerful woman, that aligned beauty inside, and help you to go after your dreams again, to feel empowered, to feel like you are creating life on your terms. There are a couple of different ways you can work with me. You can follow me on Facebook at the Empress of Empowerment. You can follow me on Instagram at the Empress. And you can also follow my YouTube channel to learn a little bit more about me if you're not sure that you want to book a discovery session with me. And my YouTube channel, you can go ahead and subscribe, is called The Empress of Empowerment. I will drop a link to my calendar if you want to hop on a 30-minute one-on-one session to do a discovery call to see if I'm the type of coach you want to work with. I would love to. I will drop a link in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Empress C. Bennett here, the Empress of Empowerment, Certified Life and Mindset Coach. I'm happy you shared a little bit of my story, and I look forward to working with you and also learning more about you. Thanks.